All right, everyone, welcome to another edition of me calling random games. I am Dr. Delay. Why I have that name, I don't really know anymore, but it is what it is. Today we got the Cubs and the Twins. I have yet to do the Twins this year, so this will be a first time. Of course, you know, the Pirates play the Twins later, so I'll probably do at least one of those. And I guess it just works out that I'll be able to learn the Twins players. So I do apologize. Again, they're one of 4 teams I have yet to call a game for. The Cubs are 4-2 when I call a Cubs game. The Twins won the first 2 games of the series, if I do recall. Doing a little bit of research prior to the game. They didn't play on Monday. They won on Tuesday 8-1. They won yesterday 4-2. So the Twins are going for the sweep against the NL Central leading Cubs, which, you know, the Brewers obviously completing the sweep against the Dodgers. That helped them out, so the Cubs only a game and a half ahead of the Twins. But again, you know, they're still a really solid team. I expect them to be in the playoffs easily, no problem. But the Cardinals, again, they're kind of close as well. So I mean, NL has a lot of teams. AL, you know, a little less competitive there. You kind of already have an idea who's who. The Twins, 45, 47, they're around 500. They're trying to fight for that final spot. Of course, plenty of baseball left in this year. Starting for the Twins, since they are the home team, they're going to be out there on the mound. It's going to be Chris Paddack. Paddack with a 3-7 record, 4.64 ERA, a WHIP of a 1.22. So not too shabby. The WHIP is, you know, not too bad. ERA a little bit higher than you'd expect, but, you know, for the most part, he's an okay pitcher this year, maybe a little bit below average. And of course, starting for the Cubs, well, I'll get to him later whenever he's about to take the field here, but Ian Happ will be leading off whenever we do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm really looking at right now. I don't know how far behind. Okay, no, the Twins are on the field. They're warming up, so we're just a few moments away from starting this one. Ian Happ will be the leadoff hitter for the Cubs whenever we do finish this warm-up. He's batting .227 on the year, OPS of .705, 12 home runs, and 45 RBIs on the year for Ian Happ. And as always, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. I'll post that there. Of course, I do have a scroll. I do have a ticker right beneath my face. So you'll be able to keep up with what's happening currently, I guess, on the WNBA, which, yeah, we're even putting that on the ticker. But, yeah, baseball, all sports, of course. Football season, you'll see football, obviously. That'll be pretty fun, as I am a football guy. But, yeah, Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, Crow, Armstrong, Bush, Swanson, Kelly, Horner. I didn't quite see who was batting ninth there. I can always cheat and go over here. It's going to be Shaw. As there's the throwdown, we're about to begin in just a few moments. And I do apologize if there's any Twins fans here like, hey, that's not the logo. I completely agree. And if you're probably talking about, you know, the thumbnail. You know, I just couldn't make it work. Twins only had 2 colors. You know, one color on one letter, one color on the other. So, yeah, it would have just blended into the background thumbnail. Would have been disgusting. As here's the pitch. That's going to be below the knees for ball 184 on the gun as we are underway here in Minnesota. Again, the Twins going for the sweep. Cubs trying to get back on track. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Center fielder Bader makes the catch for out number 1. Harrison Bader, I believe, is his name. He played for the Cardinals, if I recall. I might be wrong. You can see how limited my baseball knowledge is. Of course, I've done 79 of these games. This is my 79th game of the year. As Tucker's going to be digging in, batting .285, OPS of .902, 17 home runs, and 55 RBIs on the year for Kyle Tucker. Paddack begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. 91 on the gun. And as I said again, the Cubs trying to avoid the sweep. I think they're a game and a half above the Brewers. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be sliced foul. So 0-2 count. Tucker has the second lowest strikeout rate with players over 15 home runs on the year. That's pretty good. That is very good. 0-2. Paddock. Wind up and delivers. That's going to be sliced foul yet again. 0-2 count to Tucker. Paddock. Wind up and delivers. That's going to be breaking ball inside for ball one. 83 on the gun. Tucker, again, is a .285 hitter, pretty solid in today's game. That would probably be over 300 a few years ago. Here's the 1-2, breaking ball below the zone, ball 2. 2-2 count, and Tucker's going to, well, no, I thought he was going to ask for time. Never mind, he's back in. Paddock. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Bader under it again, makes the catch pretty much in the same spot as the last one. Out number 2. All right, with 2 away, that's going to bring up Seiya Suzuki. It's batting .259 OPS of .869, 25 home runs, and 77 RBIs. He has had a very powerful year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fastball at the knees for strike 1. 94 on the gun. 0-1 counts. Paddock. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. This time, Bader. Diving attempt. Can't make the play. Suzuki thought about turning, but he's going to head back. A nice effort by Bader, but just probably a foot too late there. Just a half second too late. Not even a half second. That landed right next to his glove, actually. So, no, it wasn't really a foot. Showing the replay there. It was right there. Bader with a nice effort, but unable to make the catch. That's going to bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. He's definitely popped off in popularity this year as he's batting .266. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. OPS of .841, 23 home runs, and 67 RBIs on the year for Crow Armstrong. Oh, 0-1 counts. Paddock delivers. That's going to be popped up, but that one is going to go out of play. 0-2. Apparently, one of the crowd spectators just made a great catch. Commentators congratulating him. 0-2 count. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 195 on the gun. Paddock sets. Still set. And delivers. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 2. It was set forever, I guess. I don't know. 2-2 count here to Crow Armstrong. Runner on first. 2 outs in the top of the first. 0-0 is your score. Paddock sets. Looks over at first and delivers. That's going to be yanked to right. But that one is foul. That one clearly had the distance, but was out in front of it. Count is still 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner on first. That is Suzuki. Paddock looks over and delivers. That's going to be popped up. in foul territory. Lewis makes the catch for out number 3. Armstrong throws his helmet in disgust as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score 0-0. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more sports live streams and play-by-play content. Of course, baseball isn't my only thing. I am a big football fan, as you see again, 79 games on the year. I already have some football live streams lined up. I'm ready to go. So if you're a football fan, definitely like and subscribe as well. I think this channel will have a lot of success with football. The other game going on today, currently, there's plenty of other games going on later, but the Mets, they are leading the Orioles 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. That one's going by pretty quickly. It started an hour ago. Man, that one is just going by. And yeah, no other games happening until about, well, I guess that's 5 hours from now. And Orioles-Mets again will play again. Their doubleheader. And, of course, you know, Reds-Marlins. But, yeah, we won't see any other games while we're on. Just Mets-Orioles. Again, they currently lead 1-0. Starting pitcher for the Cubs today is going to be Colin Ray, 35-year-old right-hander. He is 6-3 on the year, 4.13 ERA, whip of a 1.31. Never had an ERA below. This is actually his best season statistically, ERA-wise. Interesting. 4.13. All right, leading off for the Twins, it's going to be Willie Castro. As here's the lineup: Castro, Larnach, Lee, Jeffers, Wallner, Correa, Clemens, Lewis, and Bader. Castro batting .269, OPS .797. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left center. Armstrong is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. He does also have 8 home runs and 21 RBIs on the year. Didn't get to finish that. Sorry, guys. All right, Trevor Larnach is at the plate. Batting .253, OPS .739, 12 homers and 39 RBIs. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Larnach has appeared in 86 games. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Not quite every game, but that is pretty close. 1-1 count to Larnach. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Had him fooled there. That one was in the dirt. 1-2 count. Larnach is going to step out. And he steps back in. 1-2. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 88 below the knees. Looked good to Larnach, but not a good result. That'll bring up Brooks Lee, a young player here, 24 years old. Batting .263, OPS of .684, 8 homers, and 35 RBIs. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Armstrong jogging on over under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Only 6 pitches. Very quick inning here. We head to the top of the second. Your score is still 0-0. Bears and Vikings can't get on the board yet. Again, no other real. I mean, only one other game's going on. Mets and Orioles 1-0. So not much really to go over as far as Major League Baseball. Again, the Cubs up a game and a half on the Brewers. I mean, I don't think they expected the Brewers to sweep the Dodgers, and then, of course, to possibly be on the brink of a sweep here against the Twins, but that's exactly what has happened. The Twins, they're hanging in there just a few games below 500. Definitely a team that can get hot and make some noise, as the AL doesn't really have I mean, they have the Tigers. Tigers have really been the one consistent team in the AL for the whole year. Astros, they're getting hot as of now, but then they just got swept. So anything could happen in the AL. And NL also, again, a lot of teams really strong in the NL. I think the NL is definitely stronger this year. But again, baseball, any given day, anything could happen. That's the beauty of the game of baseball. Whenever we do return to action here in Minnesota, it's going to be Michael Busch at the plate, batting .297, OPS .942, 18 home runs, 56 RBIs. And, of course, guys, if you like what you hear, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe. This is actually my first Twins game of the year, so I do apologize if you're a Twins fan. But the Pirates do play you guys, so I'll definitely get one Twins game over the weekend. So maybe that's some extra motivation to subscribe. Cubs, I've actually done you guys 6 times. This is the 7th game that I've covered. You guys are 4-2 when I cover the Cubs. 4-2. So that's a pretty good record. As we are returning to coverage here in Minnesota, where the score is 0-0, about to resume the top of the second here as Paddock begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be inside, ball 1, 88 on the gun. Busch, the powerful lefty for the Cubs. Cubs have a lot of power. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit foul. I mean, a lot of players. I mean, maybe they don't, but I mean, compared to the Pirates, who I cover a lot, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of power. 1-1 count. Paddock, wind up, and the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 2. Showing a jersey exchange between Ray and Paddock yesterday. That's cool, I guess. 2-1 count. Paddock delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 1. Down goes Busch. All right, that's going to bring up Dansby Swanson. He is batting .254. Trying to adjust this the way you guys get as much information here. .254 OPS of .731, 15 home runs, and 43 RBIs. As Paddock, a wind up and the pitch. That's going to be yanked to left, and that's going to be just foul. Oh, man, just got out in front of it. Would have been an easy double. All right, 0-1 count. Swanson jogging on back to the batter's box. Swanson, .254 hitter. I wonder what the average batting average is in the majors. I know it's probably below that. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. I'd have to look that up. One on 1 count, 1 out here in the top of the second. Paddock, wind up and the pitch. That's going to be below the knees for ball 2. Hammer, how's it going? Paddock looks like he has a wad of Skull and a 6-pack of Yingling. Probably. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit to left center field. That's going to drop. And Swanson is taken off to second, and he's going to be safe. So look at that. Swanson with the 1-out double. All right, that's going to bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly batting .265, OPS of .873, 11 homers and 31 RBIs. Yeah, I feel like I've seen Paddock just, almost every day around here, Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1, of course. I live in Texas, so he's got the long mullet and the mustache. 1-0 count to the catcher, Kelly. Swanson at second with 1 out. Paddock sets and delivers. Tapper to Paddock. Paddock's going to look back. Swanson, nice play. Throws to first for out number 2. That was heads-up play by Paddock. All right, that's going to bring up Nico Hoerner. It's batting .284, OPS of .709, 3 homers, 38 RBIs. Has he? Yeah, I mean, last 15 games he's hit 3 homers, because last time I did a Cubs game, this guy was still at 0 homers. So he's been on a tear as of late at the plate. Paddock delivers. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 179 on the gun, breaking ball. OPS finally above 700, which would be probably number 2 or number 3 on the Pirates, by the way. 1-0 count. Paddock looks back at Swanson and delivers. That's going to be yanked. That's going to be just foul. Oh, man. I'd like to see the replay on that one. That one was close. Whew. Just foul. 1-1 count here to Nico Hoerner. As there's time called. Never mind. Hoerner is a pure contact hitter, which is kind of rare nowadays. All right, Paddock sets on the 1-1. Looks back at Swanson and delivers. That's going to be hit up the middle. Oh, it gets past the second baseman. Swanson jogging on home. The Cubs have taken a 1-0 lead. Hit pretty much right up the middle, maybe more to the right. Paddock got out of the way. The second baseman was right there. Just couldn't make the play. All right, Cubbies up 1-0 over the Twins, as that'll bring up Matt Shaw. He's batting .203. OPS of .570. 2 homers on the year. That's going to be a fastball high and inside, ball 1. 14 RBIs for Matt Shaw. 1-0 count. Cubs again looking to avoid the sweep. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up and foul. One and one. One runner on at first. Here at the top of the second, Cubs up 1-0. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be an off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and two here to Shaw, Matt Shaw. 23-year-old third baseman. Paddock delivers. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. Two and two count, 2 outs. Top of the second. 2s are wild. Paddock sets on the 2-2. He's rocking. And delivers. That's going to be chopped foul, so he stays alive here, though that was pretty much in the dirt. They're talking about how Paddock has stirrups. I guess that is pretty rare nowadays. A lot of people just wear the long pants. You'll see some with the socks. Not really many with stirrups anymore. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be inside. Almost hit him. Ball 3. In at the hands. And Shaw's going to ask for time. Once again, Cubs up 1-0 here in the top of the second. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. The runner on first is Nico Hoerner. Paddock leaning in for some reason, despite there being no signs. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be fouled. Fouled back. You know, I'm going to miss that. You know, I'm sure we'll... I kind of made fun of him, of course, you know, leaning in, looking in, even though there's no signs, you know, whatever. But that is definitely going to go away soon. Pitchers don't have to do that anymore, you know. 3-2. Paddock throws over to first, but Horner is back safe and sound. Gonna definitely miss that. I already do, honestly. Just seeing the the catcher signs and all that stuff. But oh well. 3-2. Paddock sets. Looks over at first and delivers. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. He struck him out. But the Cubs do tack on a run here in the top of the second as they lead 1-0. Once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe for more live streams, sports live streams, checking in on what's happening elsewhere. The Mets leading the Orioles 1-0. That one did not start too long ago, and yet we're already in the 6th inning there. That is fast. Already 1-0 here, though, in the second. But, yeah, if you're a sports fan, definitely check this channel out. I think you will probably like it, maybe. I don't know. This is what I do. I call games. Been calling games. It is a lot of Pirates. It is a Pirates channel, but the Pirates on a 6-game losing streak. So, probably going to start working away again. It'll just, I pretty much go with the flow. Pirates are winning, I'll do some games. They're losing, you know what? Let's bounce around some Major League Baseball. But yeah, the Cubs, I've done you guys. This is my 7th game of the year. The Twins, this is my first, so I do apologize on that. But the Pirates do play the Twins. I will try to get you guys in at least once this weekend. Couldn't tell you which one, but it will happen. Honestly, actually, it's going to be Sunday because that's going to be the last game before the All-Star break. So, doing Pirates-Twins Sunday. As far as the other days, I won't promise I'll be doing Pirates-Twins. Cannot do that. Won't lie to you. Won't mislead you. But yeah, no, again, football is also coming up. So if you are a football fan, I have the Hall of Fame game. That's right beneath or behind that ticker there. But yeah, if you're a football fan, I got plenty of football coming up. Going to be doing a lot of preseason, of course, and a lot of college football and NFL. So it's not just the Steelers channel. Do want to let you guys know I'll be doing multiple Sunday games. So whatever window the Steelers aren't in, I'll be having you guys vote on that. So you guys will be picking a lot of games that I do on this channel for the NFL season. We're working our way back to Minnesota as Jeffers is at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Jeffers batting .248, OPS of .749, 7 homers, and 33 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Don't feel bad about not doing many Twins games. I'm sure the fan understands. Yeah, other fan. I'm sure there's more than one fan. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a check swing. Did he go? He did. Strike 2. If there are any Twins fans here, I'm curious, how passionate are the Twins? Because honestly, I've never met a Twins fan. Never met one. I've met Vikings fans. A lot of Vikings fans I've happened to meet. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right center. That one bounces off the wall, and he's going to cruise into second at least. Yep, there he is. A leadoff double for Jeffers. All right, that's going to bring up Matt Wallner. Wallner batting .209, OPS of .759, 9 homers, 15 RBIs. 4 more strikeouts for May. Okay, well, it's probably doable. All right, Ray sets. Already a runner at second. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 1, 94 on the gun. 1-0 count to Matt Wallner. Matt Wallner. Cannot say that for some reason. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be 87 outside, ball 2. Wallner has the 3 hardest hit balls by Twins this year. Interesting. Just needs to get some homers, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Fold him there with the off-speed pitch. Well, 9 homers through 160 at-bats. That's not too bad at all. That's not too bad at all. 2-1 counts. Ray delivers. That's outside, ball 3. Definitely respecting the power. Has been pitching away. to the tall lefty, 6'4". Man. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up and foul. Three and two count. Runner on second. I know it says on first on the bottom of the screen, but he is on second. Nobody out. Cubs up 1-0. So we have 3 votes in. Feel free to vote. Who's winning today? 3 of you guys say the Cubs. Nobody, the Twins. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be outside. Ball for Ray. Walks Wallner. Definitely pitching away there. That'll bring up Carlos Correa. Former Astro, batting .263, OPS of .693, 7 home runs, and 30 RBIs on the year. As Correa digs in, Ray will set, looks back, and delivers. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike one. Breaking ball out of the zone. Correa definitely swinging away here. 0-1 counts. Runners on first and second. Ray delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball one. Count is even at 1-1. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball two. Correa a lot more patient now since swinging wildly at that pitch earlier. 2-1. Ray delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to short. There's one. Throws to first. Gets him. That's a double play. That was huge for the Cubs. Correa not really running that one out. I know it seems like I hate Carlos Correa. I don't. I don't know why. I've been somewhat negative here. No idea. That's going to bring up Cody Clemens. He's batting .203, OPS of .764, 10 homers, and 22 RBIs. Cody Clemens, son of Roger Clemens. That's interesting. Did not know. I mean, I saw the name. I'm like, well, I think of Roger Clemens. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Breaking ball. Catching the outside part of the plate. It's got 10 homers on 138 at-bats. He has power. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be chopped foul. Showing here the ground ball. Correa. I guess that was sprinting. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he can be faster. 0-2. Ray delivers. That's going to be popped up and foul. That one was at the shoulders. Able to make contact there. All right. 0-2. 2 outs. Runner on third for the Twins. Ray sets. Looks over at third and delivers. That's going to be popped up. Warner makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the top of the third. The score is still 1-0 Cubs. All right, let's see here. The Mets leading the Orioles 1-0, and that is the only game that's going on. And once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, definitely like and subscribe. This is my 79th game of the year. So definitely a lot of baseball here. Of course, football is just right around the corner. Won't be doing a game tonight. Yesterday I did a doubleheader. 2 days ago I did a doubleheader. The voice is honestly not that great today. So, well, the voice is okay. The throat does not feel great. I think that's more accurate. So, just the one game. So sorry if you're just a baseball fan. Definitely giving the voice a rest. But tomorrow we'll be back. I don't really know which one I'll be doing. Plenty of options. Unsure which one. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to promise Pirates Twins. I'm tired of the Pirates right now. I need a break, but I will again be doing that last one before the All-Star break, Pirates Twins for sure. But yeah, again, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe for more sports live streams. And plenty of football. Plenty of football. Man, I can't wait for football. Whenever we do return to Minnesota, it'll be Ian Happ at the plate. He's batting .226, OPS of .704, 12 homers, and 45 RBI. Happ is 0 for 1 in this one. They're showing a Subway commercial with Shooter McGavin, Happy Gilmore. I will probably watch that movie. I enjoyed the first one, of course. As we're returning to action, again, Cubs up 1-0 over the Twins. So bear with me here as here's the pitch. That's going to be ripped foul. Happ again at the plate, 0 for 1 so far in this one. Paddock at 38 pitches here in the top of the third. Or through into the top of the third. I shouldn't say in the top of the third, just starting it. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 92 on the gun right down the middle. Happ from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Definitely plays well against the Pirates. Paddock delivers. That's going to be inside, ball 1. Breaking ball. 1-2. Paddock. Wind up. And the pitch. That's going to be below the knees and outside, ball 2. Fastball at 93. Two and two. Paddock delivers the 2-2. That's going to be popped up. Shallow left. He's booking it. And Castro makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that's going to bring up Kyle Tucker. Tucker's batting .284, OPS of .899, 17 home runs, and 55 RBIs. He's also 0 for 1 in this one. And we're not showing the game over here in the Chicago broadcast. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit down the right field line. That's going to be fair. Tucker rounding first, heading to second, and that's going to be a double for Kyle Tucker. All right, that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's 1 for 1, batting .261. OPS of .872, 25 home runs, and 77 RBIs on the year. And he'll have a runner in scoring position. Suzuki digging in. Paddock sets. And delivers. That's going to be high and in for ball 1. 94 on the gun. At his hands. 1-0. Paddock sets. And delivers. That's going to be hit to right. Shallow right. And Clemens will make the catch. So he's going to throw back in. Clemens made a long run from his first base position. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. He is 0 for 1. Batting .265. OPS of .838. 23 home runs and 67 RBIs. All right, Paddock will set and deliver. That's going to be hit to center. That sounded great off the bat. Bader at the wall, and that one is gone. Bader with a leaping attempt at the wall, just inches away from the glove, as Pete Crow Armstrong with a 2-run home run. That'll put up the Cubs, or put the Cubs up by 3 now. It's 3-0. That one just sounded really good off the bat. All right, Cubs up 3-0. That's going to bring up Michael Busch. He is batting .296, OPS of .939, 18 home runs, 56 RBIs. Busch is 0 for 1 in this one. So showing the home run replay. As a lot of embraces in the Chicago dugout, as that's going to be popped up. Shallow left. Castro calling it off. Makes the catch for out number 3. But the Cubs extend their lead to 3-0 thanks to Pete Crow Armstrong with the 2-run shot. 3-0. The Bears up on the Vikings 3-0 by a field goal. Happening, what else is happening? Again, only one game. Mets leading the Orioles 1-0. And once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more live streams. It is a random day. Pirates are off, but again, the Pirates have been losing, so it's like, I don't want to cover the Pirates. That's usually how it goes. But yeah, no, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. Twins, this is my first time doing them. I can assure you I'll be doing another Twins game if there's any Twins fans here. This weekend, it's going to be at least one on Sunday. It's possible I do another one, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to make any promises and then have you guys be mad at me. But Sunday, I can guarantee I'll be back on for Twins. But of course, again, I do games every day pretty much. Let's see here. Last 2 weeks, it's been 5, 9. It usually averages to about 17, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, 17 in the last 2 weeks. And, of course, you'll see plenty of football on this channel once football is here. RFK, how's it going? The Bears are scary. Well, let's see. Let's see how the Bears will do, I like to actually see them on the field. Twins logo looks like the Reds logo. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, that's exactly why. You can see the thumbnail that I picked. I picked the old Twins logo because of that exact reason. Because the Twins only use 2 colors, and it was blending in. I'm like, I'm trying to make it work. Like, I can't put white because, again, I need another color. It was just, anyway, whatever. You guys don't care, and I know. It's okay. All right, we're returning to Minnesota where the Cubs lead 3-0. Royce Lewis at the plate, batting .216, OPS of .595, 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. As Ray sets and delivers, that's going to be outside ball 194 on the gun. I don't know what they were showing before they showed that pitch, but it was not the game. 1-0 counts to Royce Lewis. Ray delivers. That's going to be chopped off the umpire's mask. And he is okay. One and one count. Lewis at the plate. Ray delivers. Breaking ball outside, ball 2. Use the alt logo. I saw the alt logo in the options, but I'm like, I'm good. No one really recognizes that logo. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be ripped foul. All right, 2-2 count to Lewis. Third baseman. As Ray sets on the 2-2. And delivers. That's going to be yanked right to third. What a play by Shaw to get the out. Nice catch. All right, that's going to bring up Harrison Bader. It's batting .251, OPS of .764, 11 home runs, 34 RBIs. Believe he's a former Cardinal. Yep, he was. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. Oh, crap. My bad, guys. There we go. 1-0 count to Harrison Bader. Again, Cubs leading 3-0 in the bottom of the third. That's going to be upstairs for a ball. Ball 2. 2-0 count. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 86 miles per hour. 2-1 count to Bader. Ray sets and fires. That's going to be high and in. Bader had to back out of there. 3-1. Ray sets and delivers. Checked his swing. Did not go. That's outside. Ball 4. So Bader gets the walk. And we'll flip the lineup over for Willie Castro. He's batting .268. OPS of .794. He is 0 for 1 in this one. Runner on first, 1 out. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Bader is a meanie. Why is he a meanie? I don't know why that would be the case. As Ray sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 86 miles per hour on the gun, below the knees. 1-1 to the leadoff man. Ray sets and delivers. Chopper, foul. One and two, one man on. Cubs up by a field goal. Do apologize if you're not a fan of football. I will use a lot of football lingo. All right, Castro digging back in after he called for time. Cubs up 3-0. Ray sets and he's still set and delivers. That's going to be hit to left. And that's going to be caught by Happ for out number 2. So 2 away. That's going to bring up Trevor Larnach. He's 0 for 1 in this one, batting .252 OPS of .737, 12 homers, and 39 RBIs. I'm doing a challenge. Watch every MLB team before football. How did you watch 12 teams? Did you watch them in their completion, or you just turn on the TV? Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Larnach did strike out in the first. Ray sets. And a pickoff attempt, and he is back in time. It's actually a proper pickoff attempt. Sometimes they just toss it over. Oh, 1 count. Ray sets. I noticed there was no booing, by the way, on that. That's interesting. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Though it's right at Crow Armstrong, who makes the catch for out number 3. So, nothing doing for the Twins. We head to the top of the 4th. The Cubs up 3-0 over the Twins. You watched 4 teams to completion, then I hopped on different games. Okay, well, interesting. Well, good luck with the challenge, including the home run derby. I mean, A's game, this guy. All right, once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. This is my 79th game of the year, and, of course, plenty more coming very soon. Well, tomorrow, of course, I'll be doing a game. Unsure which one, but, of course, I'll be doing another game. Again, just hang out. That's pretty much what it is, just to hang out for sports fans, or, you know, if you're sports betting, you know, that's very popular. Always just check in to see, like, hey, I have this guy. Does he have this amount of hits or this amount of strikeouts? I can let you know because I'm calling the game. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Again, if you're a football fan, definitely like and subscribe. Plenty of football coming up soon. In fact, 3 weeks away from the preseason Hall of Fame game. Again, I'll be doing a lot of preseason as well. So that'll be pretty fun, I think. I hope it is. I know it's not the real thing, but I am starved for some football. Did a little bit of the UFL as well. That was pretty neat. That was a nice change of pace. Due up for the Cubs will be Swanson, Kelly, and Horner whenever we do return to action in Minnesota. You have $1 trillion on Kelly. Okay, well, good luck with that. Swanson is batting .256 on the year, OPS of 737, 15 home runs, and 43 RBIs. As we're returning to action here in Minnesota. Or at least commercial breaks. So they're just promoting everything. All right, Paddock on the mound. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. 91 on the gun. Had a double. And then later scored. Paddock delivers the 1-0. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to go foul. All right, 1-1 count to Dansby Swanson. And something's happening because no one is where they need to be. And all right, there we go. Paddock on the mound. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be chopped. Foul. Count is now 1-2 to Swanson. Again, Cubs leading 3-0 here in the top of the fourth. Paddock delivers the 1-2. That's going to be upstairs for ball two. That was way upstairs. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Swanson. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. He's 0 for 1. He's batting .263. OPS of 868. 11 home runs and 31 RBIs. Ow. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Mr. Brenneman, I don't even know who that is. But hello there. 0-2. Mr. Brenneman. Do I know Mr. Brenneman? I probably don't. I don't even know you. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball one. Oh, is that the... Okay. 1-2 count to Carson Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's going to be just outside. Ball two. Yes, yeah. He calls games on the CW now. 2-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to put on this headset again. As there's a drive to deep left field. Yeah, that's a legendary call. Didn't even mean it to be. 2-2. One out here in the top of the fourth. Paddock delivers. That's going to be hit to right center. Bader sprinting for it, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Kelly jogging into second with a double. I mean, Bader, I'm talking, he was booking it, but just happens to land where the Twins just were not. I mean, that was up there for a while. The right fielder was shaded very far to the right. That'll bring up Nico Horner. He's batting .287, OPS of .713, 30 home runs, and 39 RBIs. Paddock delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike at the knees. We do have a poll up. Feel free to vote. 67% of you guys think the Cubs will win. 33% think the Twins will win today. 0-1. Paddock delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And Horner shaking his head. He didn't like the call. That looked good up here. Kelly's picture looks like it's from a horror movie. I'd have to check it out next time he's up. All right, 0-2 count. Runner on second. Paddock leans in. For some unknown reason, sets. And delivers. That's going to be low for ball. And again, you have to assume that it's probably habit. That's the most likely. 1-2. Orioles-Mets game stinks, yeah. 1-2. Paddock looks back at second. And delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So runners are now on the corners. And that'll bring up Matt Shaw. He's 0 for 1. Let's see here. Shaw is batting .202, OPS of .568, 2 homers and 14 RBIs. Do you want a smoked brisket mac and cheese bowl or smoked brisket, please? Thank you. Smoked brisket for sure. All right, runners on the corners. Now I'm starving. Now I was perfectly fine before. But I will not eat till this game is concluded. Paddock sets. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Paddock looking over at first and delivers. That's going to be popped up foul. Yeah, the Cubs have been swinging the bat pretty well today. Again, already 3 runs here in this one. Only in the top of the 4th. Runners on the corners looking to avoid the sweep. Paddock sets. And delivers. Oh! Almost hit him in the face. Oh, he had to duck out of the way. Jeez, he fell down. I mean, that's how bad it was. Oh, man. Mouth is watering. Yeah, my stomach is grumbling. Food trailer. That's good. All right, 1-1 count as Shaw is still not in. I don't blame him. Composing himself here. Paddock sets on the 1-1 and delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 2. Again, 2-1 count here. Runners on the corners, just 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th, 3-0 is your score. Cubs with 7 hits. They have been swinging the bat really well. And this one is Paddock sets and fires. That's going to be hit to center. You have to imagine this will probably score the run. Bader throwing home. And it's not. It's actually going to be cut off. So that is a sacrifice fly. Honestly, I thought Bader could have. That throw looked good. Thought it was cut off prematurely there. That'll bring up Ian Happ. Batting .226, OPS of .702, 12 home runs and 45 RBIs. Runner still on first, but now with 2 outs, of course, you'll trade an out for a run any day. Paddock sets. Happ is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. What do they call Juan Soto up to the majors? This guy. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Paddock sets. still set and delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Just trying to use that pitch clock. 0-2 count. Gotcha. Well, again, I won't be eating it until after this game anyway. 0-2 count. Paddock sets and fires. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 185 mile per hour off speed pitch. This guy plays like he's in Double-A. 1-2 count. Is he really that bad? I don't think so. Last time I checked, his OPS was still above 800. Obviously, it's not the expectation that they had, but still really good. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to left. Castro is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. The Cubs tack on another one. It is now 4-3. Cubs over the Twins. Let me check. I don't understand. Soto's OPS is 903. That doesn't seem like Double-A to me. I mean, I don't understand. Batting average 266, but again, on base 398, almost 400. I agree. Stats don't tell the whole story. I completely agree. But with baseball, it's a little bit more plain. But no, I disagree. I mean, you have an OPS over 900. It's pretty good. Now, in football, yes, stats are definitely misleading in football. 100%. 100%. But anyway, those of you that don't care, and that's fair. Again, it's a Cubs-Twins game. 266 batting. Well, I mean, again, on-base percentage is more of a reliable statistic. And he gets on base 40% of the time. That's pretty good. Anyway, if you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball live streams. Been doing this since opening day. This is my 79th game of the year, and I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 79, and of course there'll be plenty of football videos coming up soon, or football live streams. Plenty of football. So definitely subscribe. It wasn't too long ago I was at 30. Started off at opening day at 30, so I guess I'm doing something all right. Chevy sponsored? No, I wish I get sponsors. Yep, doing this for free. I'm a hero, I know. Almost monetization. I need the subscribers at this point. I already got the hours. I already have the hours. I've actually crushed the hours. Don't need to worry about the hours watched, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. Brooks Lee's going to be at the plate, batting .262, OPS of 682, 8 home runs, 35 RBIs. No NASCAR on this channel, so that's going to be in there for a called strike. That one was outside. So the Cubs get a call as Ray sets on the 0-1 and delivers. Pardon me, that's going to be below the knees for ball 1. One counts. Ray delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. Another update in the voting. 8 votes in. 75% of you guys think the Cubs will win. 25% think the Twins. And now it's probably going to be more skewed now that it's 4-0. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. And that's going to go foul. 1-2 count. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be a chopper. Right back to Ray. Throws to first for out number 1. All right, that's going to bring up Ryan Jeffers. Batting .251, OPS of 757, 7 homers and 33 RBIs. RFK is a Cardinals fan, so I just want you guys, if you're reading the chat, that would explain his comment. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Ray sets and delivers. Checked his swing. That's going to be outside for ball one. 1-1. Here is the pitch to Jeffers. Jeffers hits this to left center. Armstrong is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. It's been a completely, just a different game for each of these teams. Twins are struggling today. Cubs have just been on fire. Wallner walked earlier. He is batting .209, OPS of 763, 9 homers, and 15 RBIs. Ray delivers. That's going to be way upstairs for ball 1. Hold on, what's that? I will acquire. Well, that's going to be a long time ago. A long time from now, Coffee. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be low for ball 2. Yeah, I feel like the Cubs are, they're trending to a win. Trending. As Ray sets on the 2-0 and delivers. Breaking ball right down the middle, strike 1. Honestly, he had been pitching away from Wallner the entire game. First at bat, he pitched away, walked him. This at bat so far, so that's understood why he didn't see that coming. Here's the 2-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. That was below the knees. Gunnar Henderson hit his first homer. There's no way that's real. If that's real, that's crazy. 2-2 count. Ray sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down go the Twins as we head to the top of the 5th. Your score: Cubs 4, Twins. I couldn't speak the English language, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to try to play that off. Twins 0. There's no way that's actually accurate. Yeah, okay. It's his 10th. It's his 11th, actually. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball live streams. We'll be going live, of course, tomorrow night. Not sure which game it'll be, but I will be calling a game. So, yeah, hopefully that sounds good to you. So you like and subscribe for more baseball content. And, of course, football is just right around the corner. Definitely like and subscribe for more football. How it's going to work again, I am a Steelers fan. I'll be doing every Steelers game, but you guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing. So after the Steelers-Jets game, I'll be doing whatever game you guys have voted for. So between Tennessee, Denver, San Francisco, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles. That's going to be every single week. I'll put up polls for college and NFL, and you guys will be voting on a game that I will call. So if that sounds good to you, definitely like and subscribe for more sports content. But yeah, a lot of NFL on this channel. And again, you guys will have a lot of say in what I do. We're still in a commercial break here. Again, not many games going on right now. The Orioles did just take the lead, though, 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. So that is over there. Of course, Cubs fans probably like the sound of that. The Cubs are a game up on the Mets, possible, division leaders there. As we're returning to Minnesota, where, again, the Cubs lead 4-0 over the Twins. He's batting .287 on the year, OPS of 905, breaking ball in there for a called strike, 17 home runs and 55 RBIs on the year for Kyle Tucker. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Paddock at 72 pitches. Paddock delivers. That's going to be low for ball 2. 2-1 count to Kyle Tucker. Paddock sets and fires. That's going to be hit to shallow left. Castro is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. It's batting .260, OPS of .870, 25 home runs, 77 RBIs. RFK, you're not even making any sense. Paddock delivers. That's going to be hit. That's going to get past the shortstop for a base hit. So Suzuki now with his second home run of the day. So he's now 2 for 3. And that'll bring up a guy that homered earlier in this one, Pete Crow Armstrong. A rising star in the Major League Baseball. I don't know why I said it like that. Batting .267, OPS of .850, 24 home runs, 69 RBIs. Paddock sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Crow Armstrong is 1 for 2 with the 2-run home run in this one. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be way outside for ball 1. One and one. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 1 and 2 now. One and two, runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. Showing the home run earlier. Again, Bader at the wall, just inches away from robbing it. The ball just sounded really good off the bat. It just sounded like he crushed it. Perfect contact. Contact in MLB The Show for sure. Here's the 2-2. That is high and in. Ball 3. Three and 2 count. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be sliced foul back behind him. Just got a piece of it. All right, 3 and 2. Paddock is going to step off, actually. Didn't like the pitch. Again, runner on first here. 3-2 count to Crow Armstrong. Clean up hitter. Hit a home run earlier. Paddock delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 4. So Crow Armstrong is going to walk. Pitching away from Armstrong, not exactly not the worst decision in the world, but Michael Busch is going to be at the plate, and he's also not too shabby. Batting .295, OPS of .937, 18 home runs and 56 RBIs as the Cubs look to add on to this 4-0 lead. Runners on first and second. I don't know what's going on, but there's a little bit of a delay. Crow Armstrong literally shaking hands with the first base umpire. That's definitely it's definitely good for baseball, I'm sure. Again, I do apologize. I have no idea what's going on. They are not showing anything. But it is 4-0 though. The Bears with 2 safeties leading the Vikings 4-0. All right, we're resuming action here. Again, I have no idea what happened as Paddock sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 counts. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Cubs up 4-0, looking to add on. Paddock sets Looks back at second. And delivers. Checked his swing, but it's in there anyway for a called strike. 89 on, right at the knees. Oh and 2. Apparently Michael Busch is the only Minnesota-born Cub to collect a hit in Minnesota. Look at that. That's some history there. Fun fact. Paddock delivers. That's going to be hit to foul. Count is 0-2. Busch is also 0 for 2 on the day. Oh and 2. Paddock delivers. That's going to be hit to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Looks like Suzuki is heading home, and it's going to score. And the Cubs are up 5-0 over the Twins. Look at that. Cubs, again, they have just been hitting the ball well today. And I think the Cubs are trending to not get swept today. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson, batting .255, OPS of .736, 15 home runs, and 43 RBIs. Runners on the corners for the Cubbies. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball just below ball 1. For the most part, this umpire's actually been pretty good. He missed one call earlier, one in favor of the Cubs, but that's really been the only notable call that I've seen. Umpire's been very good today. 1-0 count. Paddock delivers. Checked his swing and appeals to first. He did not go, so it's ball 2. Showing the replay there. No, he did not go. 2-0 Paddock at 88 pitches. Looking to try to finish this one out. Paddock delivers. That's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get through for a base hit in between short and left. Crow Armstrong's going to score. It is now 6-0 Cubs. Man, oh man, that's going to bring up Carson Kelly. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Batting .267, OPS of .879, 11 homers, and 31 RBIs. Paddock's still out there. They're not pulling him. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit. That's going to get through in the exact same spot. In between short and third. They're going to hold up the runner. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. The Cubs, again, they are just hitting and hitting and hitting. 11 hits already. And that's going to bring up Nico Horner. He's batting .289, OPS of .717, 3 homers, and 39 RBIs. The exact same spots in between short and third. Paddock sets. Bases loaded for the Cubs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Paddock at 91 pitches. Horner is 2 for 2, has 2 singles and an RBI today. Infield has come in. Paddock delivers. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. One and 1 counts. Paddock sets and delivers. That's going to be inside for ball 2. Paddock, again, just it's a tough situation. It seems like every time he throws it in the zone, the Cubs have been able to make great contact on it. 2-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that one is foul. Oh, man. Just foul. It's now 2-2. Showing a little girl with now. Souvenir. Two and two count. Bases loaded. Cubs up 6-0. The Bears just trying to tack on an extra point here to make it 7-0. And it looks like he stepped out here, so bear with me. All right, we're back. Paddock sets. He's still set. And delivers. Ground ball to third. Throws to the plate. Gets him for out number 2 with the force. So good play there by Lewis. All right, that's going to bring up Matt Shaw. Shaw is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly. Batting .202, OPS of .567, 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. Bases are still loaded. Paddock sets. And delivers. Checked his swing. Doesn't matter, that's in there for a called strike. Oh and 1 count. Paddock at 96 pitches. He delivers. That's going to be popped up and foul. Oh and 2. Paddock leading in. Just going through the motions. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be popped up, shallow right. Looks like Lee, the second baseman, is going to make the catch for out number 3. But the Cubs tack on a field goal. It is now 6-0. Cubs over the Twins. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, or more accurately, like what you hear, if you like the style of the broadcast, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball live streams. Been bouncing around. Major League Baseball, it is mostly Pirates, but again, I do bounce around, and just let me know if you're a fan of these teams. Just let me know. Again, Twins, I will be doing another game very soon for you guys, as again, you guys play the Pirates, and I try to get at least one game a series for the Pirates. I did every game for the Royals. That's because, well, the Royals fans definitely came out and supported, more so than the Pirates fans had, so that was very interesting. But yeah. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball live streams. And, of course, football is just right around the corner. Lots of football on this channel. So if you're a football fan, definitely like and subscribe. Lots of football coming up here very soon. Orioles leading 3-1 over the Mets as they head to the top of the ninth. So the Mets down to their last opportunity. They were leading 1-0, I believe, the whole day. So that's very interesting. Cali Comics, go Cubs. Well, yeah, the Cubs are definitely on it today. 11 hits through 5 innings. I mean, they have come out. I mean, you can't really see that. It's behind my face. I'll move it just for a second. There you go, 11 hits. They have just pummeled. Boo all you want. There we go. I like Callie, I appreciate you fighting back against that guy. All right, we're returning to Minnesota, where apparently I'm way behind here, about 10 seconds. Correa is at the plate. Twins did take the series. Twins did. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit right to second, and a leaping grab by Nico Horner to make the catch. I already knew what was going to happen, so that's why I didn't give it a good call, so I do apologize. That was a really good grab, though. That's going to bring up Cody Clemens. He's batting .201, OPS of .759, 10 homers, 22 RBIs. Twins took the series. Your Honor, yeah, hey, Rising Rhino, how's it going? Yes, on early today. Just one game today. I am off today. That's why I'm able to do this early. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. The voice is not feeling that great, or the throat more. The voice is sounding fine, but the throat actually So that's why I can only do one game today. Here's the pitch. That's going to be yanked to right. That one is out of here. Cody Clemens with the solo shot. Looks like the Twins showing some life here in the bottom of the fifth. Twins crowd sarcastically cheering or something because they had been silent the whole day, but finally able to hear him through the headset. That was his 11th home run of the season. That'll bring up Royce Lewis. Batting .214, OPS of .591, 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Your Jedi mind tricks have no effect. Love the Star Wars reference. Here's the pitch. Look at that voice is just going out. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Lewis is booking it to first, and he is safe. Oh, what hustle that was by Lewis. Just a broken bat single. And the Cubs are actually on the phone right now. They're trying to see if it's going to be a challenge. No. Look at that. So that hustle by Lewis, beating it out. That'll bring up Harrison Bader. He's batting .231 OPS, or .251, pardon me, OPS of .767, 11 home runs and 34 RBIs. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Ray sets. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be down low, ball one. I do want to say, yeah, Callie, RFK, he is a Cardinals fan. So, and he's kind of just, he's not a troll, but he's a troll. That's going to be a broken bat. I think that's off his foot. That bat just exploded in front of everybody. So 1-2 count as he's going to have to get a new bat. That one shattered. Off his foot, too. Again, bear with me here. We're in a little bit of a delay as Bader's going to have to get a new bat. But Cubs up 6-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. The Twins actually getting a run here in this inning thanks to the solo shot by Clemens. Ray sets. And delivers. That's going to be hit to left. Blooper. Swanson running and makes the catch for out number 2. All right, that's going to bring up Willie Castro. Let's see here. He's batting .267, OPS of .791, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs. Runner on first, 2 outs. Castro at the plate. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Castro again 0 for 2. Everybody smash the like button. We need RFK to break another phone. Yes, again, if you like the style, definitely like and subscribe for more live streams. I do mostly Pirates, but again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, as evidenced with today. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 2. Oh, ball 1. Pardon me. I thought it was ball 2. 1-1 count. 1-1. Maybe you don't want to subscribe because I mess up. That's fair. But bear with me, folks. We'll get it together as Ray delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 94 miles per hour right down the middle. Ray sets on the 1-2. And delivers. That's going to be hit to shallow left again. Another blooper type. And Swanson with a diving catch. And that will do it for this one, this inning as we head to the top of the 6th. Your score, Cubs 6, Twins 1. This guy. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more sports content. It's a lot of baseball. But of course, that's what's going on. When it's football season, I will be doing a lot of football. Of course, I will still be doing baseball in September and a little bit of the playoffs, but it will be mostly football once football is here. So if you like sports, if you like football, like baseball, this is a good channel for you. Definitely like and subscribe for more MLB play-by-play. This is my 79th game of the year. And as mentioned before, I have not yet done the Twins. This is my first time. But I will be doing another Twins game this weekend. And let's see here. The Cubs, you guys are 4-2 when I call a game for you guys. This is your 7th game I've done. Bear down. Yeah, we'll see how the Bears, again, a lot of hype. A lot of hype, Callie. But, we'll see. Again, I'm definitely a person that doesn't, look at off-season moves and say they're going to the Super Bowl or anything. I'd like to see how they do. I'll definitely I'll be open-minded to it. I don't have you guys. I did my predictions for the Bears. I don't think they're going to do well personally. But, again, you never know. You never know. But we shall see. Of course, RFK's Colts. I'm not high on them either. Same with Rising Rhino's also a Colts fan as well. Not high on the Colts this year. Definitely a lot lower on the Colts than I am the Bears for sure. But maybe Daniel Jones can do something as we're returning to action here in Minnesota where the Cubs lead 6-1 over the Twins. Batting .225, OPS of 700, 12 home runs, 45 RBIs. And we might have a new pitcher. I don't know. They're spending a lot of time talking to everything else except for the game. Yep, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Twins. Try to get that information for you as soon as possible. Anthony Misewich. Interesting. Just called up, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. So this season in the minors, 4.02 area. 30-year-old making, again, his 2025 debut. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Colts going 20-0? Yeah. I don't think so. You bet the Cubs could beat the Colts. Oh, man. 1-1 count. Misewich sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 86 miles per hour right down the middle. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be down low for ball 2. Just checking on the updated poll. Might have to change the poll again. It's 6-1. Who's winning today? Who you guys think? 86% of you guys think the Cubs are going to win. Twins at 14%. So I don't know. I'll change the poll. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First batter of 2025. Ends with a strikeout. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker. He's 1 for 3 on the day. I don't know why I can't move. Batting .286, OPS of 902, 17 home runs, 55 RBIs. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be ground ball foul. Oh, 1 count. Tucker with a double earlier in this one. Again, the Cubs have been swinging the bat pretty well. 11 hits through 5 innings. Well, 6 1/3, I guess, now, or 5 1/3. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. One and 1 count here to Kyle Tucker. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be yanked to right, and that's going to go foul. One and two here to Kyle Tucker. Nobody on here in the top of the sixth. One out. About time they get some hits. The last few games have been dry. Yeah, no, I noticed looking at I was surprised to see that you guys are on the brink of being swept, as that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Misewich. Again, just being called up. Back up to the majors here in 2025. That's going to bring up Seiya Suzuki, batting .262, OPS of .873, 25 home runs, 77 RBIs. He's 2 for 3 today. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs for ball one. One and no count. Tucker especially needed a good game. Really, the whole Cubs offense has had a good game. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit foul. Count moves to 1-1. Misewich sets on the 1-1. Suzuki at the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Outside, ball 2. That one was a close call, but no, again, this umpire for the most part has been pretty good. Only really one missed call that stands out. 2-1, here is the pitch. That's going to be below the knees, ball 3. Three and one. Misewich delivers. That's going to be hit to left center field. Bader at the warning track and makes the catch for out number 3. A little bit of a scare there for the Twins, but nothing doing there for the Cubs. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, your score 6-1. Cubs lead. Looks like the Orioles were able to win today against the Mets in Game 1. Man, Mets were up the whole time. Of course, you can't see that because of all my stuff down here. I don't think you'll be able to see it anyway. There we go. You can see it now. So that's good news for the Cubs fans. Again, Cubs and Mets are teams that are competing for. Cubs are. Well, the Brewers have honestly caught up. A lot of interesting races coming down. Going to be going down to the wire here. Again, there's plenty of baseball left. We're only in July. Still got 2.5 months left of baseball, but the NL I think it's going to be very exciting. AL. Nah, I mean, not as exciting, really. I mean, the Twins, 13 games back from the Tigers. Tigers have just been amazing. Astros have a nice, sizable lead there in the AL West. The Blue Jays have been on fire lately. So we'll see how that goes. He may be right. I didn't shave my beard. This guy. Okay. Well, I don't really know what's going on there. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. If you're a fan of the way I call a game, think I'm doing a good job, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Got plenty of play-by-play stuff happening on this channel. This is my 79th game of the year. So, yeah, tomorrow will be 80, and it'll probably just be one game on Friday as well. But there are days where I will do 2. Yesterday, actually, last few days were 2 games apiece. As looks like that is frozen. Again, I see I got a subscriber again. Thank you very much. Every subscriber, every like, every view, even just clicking on this video helps me out so much. I really do appreciate you guys. As Trevor Larnach is going to be at the plate. We're returning coverage here. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Batting .252, OPS of .734, 12 homers, and 39 RBIs. Larnach is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-1 count. Ray only at 67 pitches, so he can probably go another inning or 2 if this is pretty efficient, as that's going to be chopped off his foot. 1-2 count. Again, I'll probably have to change that poll soon, because again, it's probably going to be a Cubs win. I think everyone's going to be picking Cubs. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2, or maybe just end the poll in general. I don't know. 2-2 count to Larnick. Cubs up 6-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Tosses to Ray for out number 1. Took a little bit of a bounce there. Handled well. That'll bring up Brooks Lee. He's 0 for 2 on the day, batting .261. OPS of .679, 8 home runs, and 35 RBIs. So showing a commercial there for the Cubs. Ray sets and delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Ray delivers. That's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-0 count. Ray rocks, sets, and delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that one will be a souvenir. Two and 1 count. Ray, again, has been very efficient in this one. At 73 pitches as Ray delivers. That's going to be popped up. And Kelly trying to make a play for it. Reaching. Can't make the catch. Landed right above the Cubs dugout. So 2-2 count. I don't think that would have been. Yeah, that was just too far. All right, 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, Cubs leading 6-1. And looks like Lee is going to ask for time after that long delay. That's always fun. Again, the Cubs looking like they're going to avoid the sweep today. Here's the pitch. That's going to be check swing. And he went. Strike 3 called. Lee goes down. All right, that's going to bring up Ryan Jeffers, batting .250, OPS of .755, 7 home runs and 33 RBIs. Ray sets and delivers. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. All right, 1-0 count to Ryan Jeffers. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Ray delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count. And looks like either Ray or Jeffers is going to ask for time. Probably Jeffers. And Ray has been very efficient. He's been pretty quick. Gets on the mound and pitches. I like that. I like that. Keeps a good pace. 1-1 count. Ray sets. And delivers. Checked his swing. That's going to be low in the dirt. Ball 2. Ray at 78 pitches as he sets on the 2-1. And delivers. Tried to hold up there, but he committed. Strike 2. That one was in the dirt. Two and 2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ray sets. And delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 3. 3-2. Ray sets and fires. That's going to be a tapper to second. Throws to first for out number 3. Twins unable to do anything there, so we head to the top of the 7th, where the Cubs lead the Twins 6-1. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. It is kind of random. I do a lot of Pirates games, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball. This is the 7th game I've done for the Cubs, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have it written down here. I might have forgotten to write down one, so it might be a little bit more, but I don't think so. But you guys are 4-2 when I call your games. The Twins, this is actually my first time covering you guys, so that'll be now 27 teams. My goal is to try to do every team, but I actually can't do certain teams due to blackout restrictions. Now, I have been able to do one of those teams that I can't do, but that's only because of national TV. But yeah, if you like what you hear, if you like the style that I offer, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. Baseball, football's coming up. A lot of football on this channel. And again, you guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing. It's not just a Steelers channel. I want to emphasize that. It will be a channel for everybody. Steelers-Jets will be the first game, of course, on that Sunday. But you guys will have already voted and completed a poll that I'll be putting up that previous Monday. Which game will you guys be voting for? I don't know. It's going to be the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos, San Francisco Niners and the Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Houston Texans, Los Angeles Rams. You guys will be voting on what game I'll be calling right after the Steelers-Jets game. So you guys have a lot of say on this channel. Same thing with college football. You guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing as well. Blacked out for what? I mean, again, I live in Texas, so you can probably assume what teams in Texas play. All right, that's going to bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. He homered earlier in this one, batting .267, OPS of .851, 24 home runs, and 69 RBIs. Idaho State, UNLV, probably not going to happen. That probably won't even be on the poll. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. All right, 0-1 counts. Crow Armstrong again had a homer earlier. He walked. It's 1 for 2. 0-1 count. Misewich sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right. That one is out of here. Pete Crow Armstrong with the 2-home-run game. I wonder how RFK is going to spin that one, as the Bears are able to tack on the extra point. They are now up 7-1. Oh, man. 2 home runs today for Pete Crow Armstrong. He has had a day at the plate, and that's going to bring up Michael Bush, batting .298, OPS of .940, 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. It's a corked bat. Interesting, as that's going to be fouled back. Boom. Boom indeed, says the Rhino. Rising Rhino, rising. 0-1 count to Bush. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be a ground ball to first. He's going to beat Bush to the bag for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's 2 for 3. Batting .257, OPS of .738, 15 home runs, and 44 RBIs on the season. All right, Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 count. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. Misewich started off, again, he was just called up today. First two batters he faced strikeouts. Next batter was a fly out, and then the first batter in this inning was just a solo shot, crushed. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 3. Carl Armstrong, Suzuki Tucker have almost as many home runs as the entire Cardinals team. Yeah, the Cubs have a lot of power. That'll definitely come in handy for the postseason. This Misewich delivers the 3-1. That's going to be chopped foul. Count is full to Swanson. Cubs up 7-1 here in the top of the 7th. As this game is starting to slow down for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. This game is moving on pretty fast. Misewich sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul yet again. Postseason, yeah, the Cubs are definitely going to be in the postseason. There's no way they would not, unless they just fall off the face of the earth. But they're going to be fine. Cubs are definitely a threat in the NL. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be chopped foul yet again. Swanson's staying alive. So, again, I do apologize. The game is just starting to slow down all of a sudden. A lot of delays. Pitcher taking a while. Swanson stepping out whenever he can, even though you're only allowed once. Been happening, though, the last few batters. Last inning, I'd say. All right, 3-2. Misewich sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Swanson, and that'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly is 2 for 3 on the day, batting .271, OPS of .882, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs. He has a double as well, and he's also scored in this one. Misewich delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. They pay the umps, really? I don't think so. I don't know. I just feel like, again, they're just taking a lot longer for some reason. Misewich sets on the 1-1 and delivers. That's going to be popped up to right field. And that's going to be caught for out number 3. Another run for the Cubs by Pete Crow Armstrong, his second home run of the game. What was that? His no, that's earlier. What happened here? 25th home run of the year. Cubs leading 7-1 over the Twins. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play action. The only other game that happened earlier was the Orioles. They came back and defeated the Mets 3-1. That's good news for Cubs fans. If there's any, I'm sure there's some Cubs fans here. But yeah, Cubs leading 7-1 over the Twins. Trying to avoid the sweep. Looks like they will definitely do it. I want to end the poll because, I'm sure it's one-sided. But yeah, no, again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. But yeah, of course, I'll be doing a lot of NFL and college football I mean, so if you're a fan of those sports, fan of the Bears, fan of the Vikings, you guys can vote your games in. So definitely do that. I'm actually thinking about banning the word NASCAR. I'm thinking that's going to happen. I'm probably going to use that. That'll be the first word I ban from this channel, NASCAR. Probably, I'm not even kidding. I'm actually going to do it. But yeah, no, this is my 79th game of the year. Tomorrow, of course, will be number 80. I don't know which game it'll be. You know, it's... But yeah, if you're a Twins fan, I will be doing a Pirates Twins game. It will be the Sunday game, the last game before the All-Star break. Yeah, so Twins fan, you can expect another game soon on this channel. Cubs, again, I do bounce around. I do have some Cubs fans that have support. Again, it's my 7th game. I have to bounce around when I am picking other games to cover. But I do circle around to the Cubs more often than like your average MLB team. There's some teams I haven't even done. As Wallner's going to be at the plate. He's batting .207, OPS of 758, 9 home runs, 15 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball. Swung on, hit to second, throws to first for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Matt Wallner. That'll bring up Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 2. He's batting .261, OPS of 689, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs. I haven't banned anything yet, but I don't know. We'll see. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball right down the middle for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. One and 1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Cubs up 7-1 over the Twins. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike just outside. That might have actually been the second call he's missed today. But again, he's done a very good job behind the plate. One of the best performances I've seen in a while from an umpire. Umpires have just been bad. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be low for ball 2. You're going to do that too? You're going to ban it? Yeah. Here's the 2-2. Checked his swing. Foul tip. He struck him out. Carlos Correa. I didn't really know what happened there, but he struck out. Foul tip there. That's going to bring up Cody Clemens. Clemens has a home run today. Batting .207, OPS of 789, 11 home runs, and 23 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 94 on the gun. All right, 0-1 count. Not showing the game. That's going to be on the inside corner for a called strike. That's one of my most frustrating things. I mean, I don't mind showing any other things every now and then, but, like, you know, do it a lot. 0-2 count as I'm looking at John Chambi right in the face. We're making eye contact. It's very odd. I'm assuming someone called time. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be yanked to right. Has the distance. It's foul. Clemens trying to get his second home run of the day. Pete Crow Armstrong also has, well, he has 2. He doesn't also have 2. He's the only one with 2. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be chopped foul. Oh and 2 count. Ray sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ray. 7 innings. I don't know if that'll be it for him, but a very good performance. 91 pitches. He could definitely come out for another one, I'd say. We head to the top of the 8th. Cubs up 7-1. Racing, yeah, probably. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, if you like the style, definitely like and subscribe. Pardon me, for more play-by-play content. This is my body of work. Of course, it is a lot of Pirates games. I am a Pirates fan, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball. In fact, the first game, and I do thank the Cubs for this, the first game that was a non-Pirates game was Cubs-Diamondback. That was that, if you guys are Cubs fans, you'll probably remember, it was 2-1 in the 7th. And then it ended up being 14-12. That one was such an amazing game. I had so many people watching me. And I'm like, you know what? There might be a market other than Pittsburgh, duh. And yeah, no, that's what's that. You guys are kind of what inspired me to definitely do other games, and it still continues, of course, to this day. Yesterday, of course, doing Dodgers Brewers, did Diamondbacks Padres. You know, of course, there's a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around, and definitely get teams in there. So if you like baseball, if you're a baseball fan, even if you are a Cubs fan and just only, like the Cubs, like Callie here, I do encourage, definitely subscribe for more content. Of course, I'll probably be doing another Cubs game or two before the season ends. If that's not enough, well, it is what it is. But of course, if you are a football fan, definitely subscribe. Doing a lot of football. And again, it's not just a Pittsburgh channel. It's not just a Pittsburgh channel. It's a channel for a lot of other teams as well. As we're going to move on to the top of the 8th as we are about to return to coverage. That's usually the commercial they play before we return to coverage. Nico Horner is going to be at the plate, batting .288, OPS of .715, 3 home runs, 39 RBIs. There's the 5th K, yeah. I was wondering, I didn't know how many strikeouts you needed. So I'm assuming you had a bet, Hammer, so congratulations. Top of the 8th, again, 7-1 is your score. We do have a new pitcher for the Twins, as here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws to first for out number 1. This is Justin Topa. Or Topa. Probably Topa. Batting. He is 1-3 on the year. 3.97 ERA, whip of a 1.35. So that'll bring up Matt Shaw. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. He's batting .201, OPS of .563, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. Topa sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. One and one count. Cubs leading 7-1 here in the top of the 8th. Definitely are going to avoid the sweep today, barring an amazing comeback as Shaw crushes this to left, but that one is foul. One and two count. I'll be sure to have it. Yeah, no, I don't want to smell it because then I'll be more hungry. Thank you very much, of course. My wife bringing home brisket, mac and cheese, something like that. I'm like starving here. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He struck him out. I am starving, and here she is trying to torment me. That's going to bring up Ian Happ. He's batting .224, OPS of .698, 12 home runs, 45 RBIs. As we're showing everything but the game here, showing embraces as Topa delivers. That's going to be hit to first. Oh, he has trouble with it. Throws to the pitcher covering. Does he get him? He does. That was close for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs leading 7-1. Yeah, coffee. Thank you very much. Once again, folks, you like what you see or hear, rather, definitely subscribe, like, and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Again, just even clicking on this video helps me out a lot, but super thank you to those that definitely like and subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. a lot. Again, it wasn't really long ago, starting opening day with just 30 subscribers, and here we are at 318. We have made a lot of progress in 3 months. Definitely surprising and very awesome. So again, thank you very much. But yeah, again, if you're a sports fan, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We will have a pitching change. Ray is going to end his day. So a great day by Ray. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So again, a very good game. And the new pitcher, whenever we do return, will be Brad Keller. Keller, 3-1, 2.88 ERA, 1.16 WHIP. Due up for the Twins will be Lewis, Bader, and Castro. And as you probably already know, there's only one game going on now. It's currently this game, the game that happened earlier. Orioles coming back and defeating the Mets 3-1 in that one. All right, we're returning to action here, where Royce Lewis is going to be at the plate, batting .220, OPS of .601, 2 home runs, and 13 RBIs. As we're showing again, just nothing. We don't want to show the field here. All right, here is the pitch. Keller inside, ball 197 on the gun. One-0 count here to Royce Lewis. As here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike one. Actually, it was a foul tip. 1-1 count. Keller delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 2. 2-1 count. Two and one. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Probably at most. I mean, it could take an hour if these innings take forever. I don't think that'll happen. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Safe 30 minutes. Probably 30 minutes. I mean, no. Honestly, it should take an hour. Not even close. 30 minutes. Bottom of the 8th. Yeah. All right. Lewis is aboard. That'll bring up Harrison Bader. Batting .250, OPS of .763. 11 home runs, 34 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. Strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count. Keller sets. Looks over at first and delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. One count, runner on first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 count, runner on first, bottom of the 8th, and Cubs leading 7-1 over the Twins. It's Keller delivers. That's way outside, ball 2. 2-2 count. Keller sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Bader. That'll bring up Willie Castro. Batting .266, OPS of .788. 8 home runs, 21 RBIs. Keller delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-0 count to Castro. He's 0 for 3 on the day. 1-0 count. Keller delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 2. All right, 2-0 count here to Castro. Keller delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to go foul. 2-1 count here to Castro, Willie Castro, the left fielder. Keller looks over at first and sets. And delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 3. Keller's honestly had some trouble here locating the zone. Three and 1 count. Keller sets. That's going to be upstairs, ball 4. Keller, a little bit wild here. So now there's 2 on for the Twins. That'll bring up Trevor Larnach, batting .251, OPS of .732, 12 home runs, 39 RBIs. Keller sets. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Turn this chat into a video. Yeah, I'm sure. Just have it to where it's like a rock song or something. 1-0 count. That's actually going to be a mound visit here. So, again, Keller has just, for some reason, just cannot find the strike zone. He did get some swings and misses, but those were really out of the zone. Larnach, again, he's 0 for 3 on the day. Runners on first and second for the Twins. Twins kind of battling here a little bit, but again, Keller is kind of helping them out. Keller sets and delivers. That's going to be a swing and a miss. And that ball was out of the zone. He chased it 1-1. One and 1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. That one was in the zone there. Keller now settling down a little bit. One and 2 count. Runners on first and second. Keller looking back at second. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That one was out of the zone. So again, he's really pitching out of the zone here, but it's getting him to chase. So 2 outs now, and that's going to bring up Brooks Lee. He's batting .260, OPS of .677, 8 home runs and 35 RBIs. Keller looks back at second and delivers. That's going to be hit to right center. No, it was just a little blooper. I'm sorry, guys. It was terrible by my part. Horner makes the catch for out number 3. That's my apologies, but it's an out regardless. I guess I got the Twins fans a little bit excited there. That's my bad. We head to the top of the 9th. Cubs up 7-1. I try to tell with the angle. Sometimes the angle does not help. Once again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, probably not after that call, but it is what it is. Definitely like and subscribe. Every click of the video helps. Every like helps. Every subscriber helps out the channel a lot. Doing a lot of play-by-play throughout the season. It is a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around and do other games as well, as evidenced by today. Of course, the Pirates are off, so it makes that decision a lot easier. But there'll be days where the Pirates play and I don't call a game, so there is that as well. Of course, the Twins are playing the Pirates this weekend, so I will be doing at least one of those. I can only stand to stomach the Pirates only so much now because they're just dropping games left and right. after sweeping the Mets, sweeping the Cardinals. Then they go ahead and get swept by the Mariners and the Royals. So that was fun. But yeah, if you're a sports fan, definitely like and subscribe again. This is my 79th game of the year. Tomorrow, of course, will be number 80, and I really don't know which one it'll be as of yet. So we'll see. Plenty of options. Unsure which one it'll be. As we are about to return to action. That is the commercial they play usually before we return to the game. Kyle Tucker will be at the plate. He is batting .285, OPS of 900, 17 home runs, 55 RBIs. Tucker is 1 for 4. And Suzuki is batting second. Crow Armstrong will be up again. He's had 2 home runs today. It's his 5th multi-home run game of the season. And we're about to start it, but it doesn't matter because the catcher's going to have a little chat with Topa. All right, well, apparently a mound visit because the center fielder Bader was not ready. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up to left. Castro is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. All right. That'll bring up Suzuki. He's batting .261, OPS of 871, 25 home runs, and 77 RBIs. Topa sets and delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-0 count. Topa sets to Suzuki. Suzuki is 2 for 4 on the day. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Topa sets on the 1-1 and delivers. That's going to be poked to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Suzuki with a 3-hit game. What a day. Again, the Cubs have just been fantastic. Not really as many hits since the 5th. They had 11 hits through the 5th, but currently at 13. But again, they've still been able to score runs. So that's going to bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. He's had 2 home runs on the day. Even in Minnesota, he's getting cheered for. It's 2 for 3, 2 home runs and a walk. Batting .269, OPS of 863, 25 home runs, and 70 RBIs. That's going to be a chopper to second, and that's going to get past him for a base hit. Suzuki's rounding second, cruising into third, and the throw is offline. I don't know what happened. Crow Armstrong is at second. I don't know what happened. Bader fell down and I guess threw it. I don't know what happened there. May have tripped as he was trying to throw it. So runners at second and third. Cubs looking to tack on some more here in the top of the 9th. That's going to bring up Michael Busch. Here's the replay. Yeah, Busch. Oh, my goodness. Bader just literally slipped when he was trying to throw it. That allowed Armstrong to take second. So Michael Busch at the plate, batting .297, OPS of 937, 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. Busch is 1 for 4. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh and 1 count. Topa delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. On the outside corner, 0-2. Topa sets and delivers. That's going to be hit foul. I am not Twitter verified. 0-2 count. Runners on second and third. He delivers. That's going to be a ground ball. Oh, what a play by Carrera. Throws to first for out number 2. But a run will score, so it's now 8-1. Correa with just that was an amazing play. Preventing one a hit, another one, a runner would have scored there easily. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson batting .256 OPS of .737, 15 home runs, 44 RBIs. Oh, and 1 count here. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Swanson is 2 for 4. Runner just 90 feet away. Cubs again already adding 1. Looking to add another. Topa delivers. That's going to be hit to left center field. Bader sprinting for it. Makes the catch. Spinning out of the way from Castro, as that is going to be out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Your score, Cubs 8, Twins 1. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe for more content. Of course, I've been doing play-by-play since opening day. Started off at 30 subscribers. Now I'm at 318. Again, thank you very much for just even clicking on the video. But, yeah, it definitely helps me out. Do bounce around again. Major League Baseball. This is my 7th game for the Cubs this year. 4-2 record. The Twins, this is my first time doing them. Behave. Yep, RFK, you gotta behave. Gotta behave. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play content. Of course, I'll be doing football as well. So if you like football, definitely like and subscribe for more sports content. Jeffers will be coming to the plate. He's batting .249, OPS of .752, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs. It's going to be a long it's a long shot if the Twins are going to come back and win. I've seen something close to it. I covered the Braves-Diamondbacks game. The Braves were up 10-4 against the Diamondbacks in the 9th inning, and the Diamondbacks ended up winning that game 11-10. That was probably the second best game I called, which was behind the Diamondbacks-Cubs. But yeah, that was epic. Pitcher for the Cubs is going to be not too sure who this guy is. Daniel Palencia. 0-2 record, but his ERA is a 1.71. Proof that record doesn't really matter. Whip of a .95. Of course, I'm also saying that because of Paul Skeens. So there's that. All right, Palencia delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. No, I'm not going to show this chat. I'm ready to leave. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low ball 1. One and 1 count. Palencia sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-2 count. Palencia sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to right at the warning track. Suzuki makes the catch for out number 1. this dude in all your lives? I mean, I know him from Jaguar Gator. He says Jaguar Gator's a football streamer. I don't know. I'm going to have to message. I follow him on Twitter, RFK. You know, very appreciative for his subscription, but definitely has been a lot lately. A lot to handle. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs ball one. So I'm probably going to message RFK after this one again. We'll have a little chat. Might be his final warning, though. You know, I'd hate to lose him. He's been here for a while. But it might be what's best for business. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. 1-1 count. Palencia sets and delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike two. One and two count. Palencia has been dominant this year. Again, ERA in the ones, 1.9. He's set. Still set. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Twins down to their final out here. That's going to bring up Deshaun Kersey. He's batting 103, OPS of 288, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Yes, and that is again, that's why I'm probably going to talk to him after this. Like, again, he's just ruining the vibes. You are FK. I don't know what's gotten into you. As here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, ball one. Like, I'm all for, like, you know, having a nice sports debate, but again, you're just flat out just trolling. Like, there's no reason to do that. I hate trolling. Trolling is just, I don't like it. Not a fan. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. I mean, me personally, like, again, sports debating, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. But, you know, again, there's just no reason to, like, just, I don't know. You take it to a degree that I don't go to. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike two, 100 miles per hour on the gun to Kersey. Cubs looking to avoid the sweep. Very likely it happens as Palencia delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, 101 miles per hour. The Cubs win and do not get swept. Now the Cubs are 5-2 when I call a game for them. The Twins, of course, this is their first game that I've called for them. 0-1. 0-1. Now, of course, I will be covering Twins Pirates. One of those games this weekend. The Cubs will move to 2 games above the Brewers. Brewers are off today. But yeah. But again, hopefully, despite all the craziness, hopefully you were able to like it and subscribe. Probably not, and it's okay. It is what it is. Maybe next time we'll handle it a little bit better. But yeah, again, I'll be back tomorrow with another random game. I'm unsure which one, but there will be a game. So if you're a baseball fan, again, like and subscribe for more content. Of course, football is what I do as well. So if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe. Again, if you're a Bears or Vikings fan, you in theory could vote in your team as well. Again, I'll be doing every Steelers game, that is for sure. But I will also be doing the other window. So if your team is in there, you can vote on it. Or if your team isn't on there, if you just want to chill and watch football or watch me watch football and I call the game, definitely vote. I will be doing that as well. You guys will have a lot of say on the channel. That's it for me today. Again, the voice, the throat isn't that great, so I won't be doing 2 games. I will catch y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tolerating me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good one.